Everyone, how you doing? It's Martin here from the Quizmatic team. So in this video, I'm going to give you a full demo of the platform. I'm going to show you everything it does and tell you why quizzes are something that you need to have in your business. So if you just think to the standard way people capture leads, they basically have an opt-in form and they give some kind of a lead magnet where people typically just exchange their email and they get a lead magnet, and later on the marketer or business follows up with that lead. And at that point, is all you're going to know about the lead is that they were interested in the one thing on your opt-in page. As well, people really don't engage very much with the stuff they get from that. They find a way to look at it later. So quizzes turn that entire model on its head, and that's what Quizmatic will let you do. So instead of going from an opt-in where you just know the person's email and they wanted, say, your ebook, instead you will take them through a quiz, which is lots of little small steps where they can give either fun answers, or it can be a quiz where they answer things related to their business or a particular campaign. And then you take them to the result that most suits the answers they give. So if someone tells you they need help with A based on their quiz answers, you can give them that particular solution or give them that particular download. So it's like a quiz funnel rather than just one simple opt-in page. So that's the overall premise. I'm going to explain that to you as I demo the app and show you some examples so you can see exactly how you can use this in your own business and with clients if you get the commercial license. So this is the dashboard you'll see once you log in. Very straightforward and intuitive. You've got all your options on the left hand side. You've got your account controls in the top right, and you've got an easy way to contact support down here on the bottom left. This is a demo account I'm using to show you everything here and do the tutorial and the demo, but this is where you would see all of your stats for your workspaces, your total campaigns, impressions and subscribers, and then you've got a bar chart as well. So the way this works is you can set up a workspace for whatever you need. It can be for your own particular project, it can be for a particular brand, it can be for a client, and this is like a functional way to organize all of your quizzes into one place. Inside your workspace you've got your campaigns then, and that's where you actually create the quizzes, and I'm going to go into both of these in a moment. Next thing is integrations, and we integrate with pretty much all the major platforms that you would need to integrate with when you're running campaigns. So you get all your different autoresponders here, you get webinar integrations. We've got integration with your own email SMTP system and also the Usign platform. So you can pull your Usign images directly inside your quiz campaigns very, very easily. It really brings the whole design process and the tool into one platform. If you see an integration you want to use and it's missing from here, let us know in support and we'll probably be able to add it quite quickly for you. Next up, we've got our analytics. We'll take a more in-depth look at the analytics at the end when I show you some sample quizzes. Then you've got your My Subscribers. This is where you get a list of all the people who've subscribed any or completed any quiz in your account, and you can do things like export it all here, just their emails, export just ones you've selected. So let's say you wanted people just based on a particular quiz, you get that list and export only those people, or you can export everything with all the data as well. And this is a cool thing I will come back to. You can click into analytics and drill down and get the exact answers for a particular user for that quiz, and this way you can do really targeted follow-ups, bespoke custom marketing and all kinds of things. In My Reports, this is where all your downloads and things are. When you've scheduled a download of your data, it runs in a queue because there's quite a lot of complex data it can be, and it's an efficient way to give it to you. So let's go into My Workspace. This is the workspaces. So if you wanted to make a new one for a client, you would just click here and enter like client A. It gives you your own custom workspace URL that you can use for your own campaigns, or you can map your own custom domain to use your own domain and your own branding. And I'll be coming to that as well. There's multiple different ways that you can embed quizzes in your own websites, even on websites that you don't own. So we're going to go into this one. I've called it Launch Campaigns just for the demonstration video here. And from here you can go and edit the details of the workspace, including the URL, or you can go into your campaigns, or you can complete these actions at the top, which is again, edit my campaigns, set up your CNAME to this workspace, which is cool because when you click to set up CNAME, you can map different domains to different workspaces, and that way you could have domain A for one workspace, domain B for a client's workspace, domain C for another client's workspace, and so on. And that way it keeps all the branding under control and matches up what you need. Then we've got our integrations panel, and then you can delete it from here. So let's go in and take a look at our campaigns. This is the campaign dashboard. I'm going to give you an example I have a few quizzes here, and then I'm going to show you how you can create one from scratch. We've also got a really cool new tool where you can import a campaign. That means if you have a campaign from maybe a bonus you were given from someone, or one we've created that gets released, you can import it here via the URL or via the downloaded campaign file. So really easy way to bring new campaigns in there. So let's take this one. This is called What Do You Need Help With? And this is an example campaign for if you were like let's say an internet marketer or a consultant. Traditionally, you would have had an opt-in page saying something generic or something related to your offer about how someone can achieve something in their marketing, for example. People would exchange their email, they would get an ebook, and then you would maybe follow up later and then do a survey. But right now, what you can do is you can bring people through the quiz and take them to a different result based on the answers they give in the quiz. And you can do that in a number of different ways, because we've got 7 key quiz types. You could do it by scoring them in points, true or false quiz, all kinds of things. We'll come to that in a second. So before I dive into how you actually create the quiz, I'm going to give you a look at it here. So this is the actual quiz itself. So we start off here. What we want to do here is we've set it to capture their email at the start. And so I'll just enter an email. Now you can turn this off if you want more responses and have the opt-in at the end. And then maybe you can do something like give people a download or a coupon or some kind of a reward in exchange for the email at the end. So it's up to you. So we click that, it takes us into the quiz.
Right now.
And you probably wouldn't have heard that, but I've set this one to do the automatic text to speech. So it just read out the question, text to speech.
What do you need help with most right now?
So you can set that up to all kinds of different voices and accents and things, languages and so on. So this is, if you imagine now that I want to do some kind of a launch or a coaching service or a webinar or whatever, I'm asking people, what do you need help with most? So from a traditional opt-in process, there's no way for you to find this out. So someone come along and say, look, I need help with hiring outsourcers. They click this, click next. Now we ask them, which learning method would you prefer? Do you like webinars? Would you rather have a course? Do you want a challenge, or do you want personal coaching? So let's say they say, I would like personal coaching on how to do that. Click this answer. Now, what's happened behind the scenes here, and you won't notice, is it's skipped other questions and it's jumped to a question that is specific to the preceding one. So now we're asking them, what's your budget? Basically between 1,000 and 2,000, 2 to 3,000 and more, and then no budget. I'm focused on getting the best help I can. So you don't need to be a marketing genius to realize there's a big difference between someone willing to give you $1,000 and someone who says, I have no budget. So the offer that you present to them or the action afterwards needs to be different. If you took them to a $27 ebook after they just told you, yeah, I'm willing to spend $3,000, that is a missed opportunity. So let's say they click no budget. Now we've set this to go to a custom URL. This is a custom offsite URL, and I've embedded just my calendar, an example calendar link for someone to get on a call. So if we go back to the survey or the quiz, again, and we put in some random data, and let's say this time they decide, right, I want help with building an email list, and I want to do a module-based course. Now it's giving me a completely different question. It says, right, how much would you like to, what's your budget for this course? How much are you willing to pay? Now you think about the power of this. If I say, yeah, I'm willing to pay $97 and $197, the person is explicitly telling you what they're willing to pay to remove the problem they have. So all you have to do is give them exactly what they're telling you here. And you can't get this from normal opt-ins. So you click this, and now we take them to a sales page. This is an example one. A sales page to some courses, and you can have like a coupon code in there as well. And that's just 2 little permutations of going through this particular quiz. So I'll show you how that's all set up in here now. So first thing is you've got the actual quiz setup, the welcome page you show people at the start. So we click edit. You can edit everything here, from just visually editing, whatever you want in here, all the text, and you can do all the normal formatting you'd expect, right down to embedding your own custom videos, images. You can even go in and edit the code, so you can do pretty much anything you want within the app. And we've turned on the box settings, so you can turn that off and on. Sometimes it might just work without the box if you use white text, for example. We've got our overlay settings, which is like if you want to turn an overlay off and on, that's it would cover the image basically, so we leave that off. Opt-in settings, we've turned on the opt-in at the start. You can turn that off as well. We'll get the button style settings, we can do all the button stuff. And then the voice settings, which you can turn off and on. You can make this read out the text that's in the welcome page as well. So we'll leave that off for now. And then you just click update. So one thing that's pretty cool here is the background settings. You really can make all kinds of different custom styles. You can go and just pick a solid color, like so, or you can go and pick an image. For choosing an image, we've got our own image gallery. You've got your own upload library for anything you've uploaded. Now we've got direct integration with Unsplash and Pexels. So let's say you want to do mountains, some kind of generic background. That's what I would have done here. I've picked one and I've added it. And you click to add that, it will then add it to all pages of your quiz. And I haven't integrated directly here because not everyone is going to be a Usign user, but if you integrate Usign, you would have a panel here of all your Usign images too. So that's how you set up the welcome page, and you can set up this background to appear on all pages, so you don't have to do the work manually every time. Now, next thing is we've got our campaign questions section. This is where you can click to set up the design settings for all the question pages. So again, we've already applied the background. You can change the stuff in the box. You can turn it off and on to get really different styles. You can set the opacity for that as well. Control the text settings here, which is the colors of all the text, and the overlay settings if you want to turn overlay off and on. So really you can customize the style and look of every single little thing. Then we get into actually adding your campaign questions. So there's a few different things that relate here. You can add the different question types. So we've got a single choice, multiple choice, drop down, true, false, video choice, and text. We've got different input elements. So you can ask people like to type in a comment or a single answer, to choose a date, to enter a number, or to enter a website URL. We can add an opt-in form as well at any point during the middle of the quiz, and you can even add rating questions. So this is a huge one, really good for agency businesses and offline clients, where you can add these type of questions. So you add those in, and that gives you the question editor. We've got a number of options here which I will go through. So we click edit, and we get the same familiar interface. You enter the question that appears at the top, a description if you want to have that below the question, then the different answer choices, and you can add whatever amount you need here. And to add another one, you simply click like so, and then the option will appear down there, and you can change the order as well, and you can delete it. And if you want, you can use image options, so have images instead of just the text. So this is a really cool thing for those viral quizzes, BuzzFeed style quizzes, and so on. Then we've got image video, so you can have an image or a video on the question or below the question above the answers. Then you can make it mandatory or not. And then again, text to speech you can turn off and on. So that's how you set up the style of the question, and I'll show you some of the question types now. These ones I've made all multiple choice type questions, because sometimes you don't want to give people more than one answer. You want to take them through a very distinct path. Like this one, for example, here. You want them to tell you which one is the budget. And once you string all those together, if you think back to a few minutes ago when I said the type of person who tells you they've got an unlimited budget is a very different type of person who says I've got a budget of $97. So you're going to want to take them to a different place, and we do that by setting up the logic, set logic. So we click on set logic. I'll show you one of these just for example purposes. Click set logic, and what I've done is I've set all of them to the same place just for the demo. But what I do here is basically say, if anybody tells me they've got no budget, I want to get on a call with them. If someone tells me they've got a budget of like $97, I would take them to a sales page of an offer. If someone tells me they've got a budget of $3,000, I would probably take them to a call. And you can set up unlimited logics for any of these different answers that people give in your quiz. And that logic is also used earlier in the process to take people to a second question. For example, if someone tells you that they need coaching, you take them to the coaching question. If they don't tell you they need coaching, you would take them somewhere else. And when you've got a lot of quiz questions and they're all kind of stacking up to different answers, there might be a bit of contradiction. So what you can do is you can click on result page mapping, and you say which result page these answers should map to, and then Quizmatic will add them all up and see whichever one is the most highly scored group of answers, it will show them that result. And I'll show you that in another one of the example quizzes here. I know there's a lot going on, but I want to give you a full detailed demo of what exactly we're doing in the quiz. So this one here is a fitness quiz. I'll just quickly show you it. On the launch campaign section, what you can do here is you can get the URL, you get the embed code, and also generate a QR code so that you can use this offline on printed stuff, vouchers, all those type of things. Really, really cool stuff, and a big thing now with all the recent pandemic type stuff. So open it up. This one is for, let's say, a potential fitness person, and this one, it's a scored quiz. So you're going to get the person's going to get a rating based on their answers, and then based on what they score, you'll show them a different outcome. So let's pretend this person is they're not into fitness, so we're going to give all the bad kind of answers, and then we'll see what it says at the end. So we say no. Right, so they've basically given all the answers saying they're unfit. Now it takes them to, out of 21, you've earned 6 points. Thanks for completing the quiz. Looks like your fitness could be improved and we can help. So we've given a call to action then, where they can sign up for our Couch to 5K program, and you've got all the details here. So you can imagine now, if you have a client or if you were doing this yourself, how powerful that is to take someone to their proper outcome at the end. Someone could do the same quiz and you'll see the different outcome. If they pick that, they're really fit, they're getting all the best answers. See what it does here. Now it tells them, look, your fitness machine, you're ready for our invite-only elite coaching deal, and it tells them how many points they've got. So in this way, they've done the same quiz in a few minutes, but a completely different type of lead, and all this data is then captured, so you would market to that person very differently. Really, really powerful stuff. So we go back here into the quiz, and I'll show you slightly differently how that one is set up. So I'll show you you've seen the questions already, but we've got 3 different results here that we want to take people to, and we've classified them as unfit, medium, or very. So if someone is unfit, we say, right, if you've got between 0 and 7 points, you're unfit, so show this outcome. And then the same for medium with a different score. Then very fit, we said if you score between 21 and 30, you're very fit, so we give them a different outcome. And that's all handled automatically inside the logic of the quiz. That's just 2 quick examples of different quiz types that we have inside Quizmatic. And I do want to keep this demo relatively short, so what I'm going to do now is go in and show you what it's like to create a new campaign from scratch. So you click create new campaign. First thing is you enter a name, so we'll just call it demo 1, then click proceed. Now you get to the part where you choose the type of quiz you want to do, or from some of these templates. So if you choose one of the templates, they're kind of for different niches, and they're preloaded with questions already, and they've got outcomes and results. All of that stuff is in there for you, and you'll see more details of this on the page. Or you can start from scratch, and these are the different types we've got. You can start from just a completely blank, make up your own quiz, but you've got a diagnostic quiz, a BuzzFeed style quiz, personality quiz, IQ, trivia or knowledge quiz, a true or false quiz, an assessment quiz, and a matching quiz. Each of one of these is a completely different type, and I'm not going to demo every individual one during the video, but I just wanted to show you that you've got basically the capability to create any type of quiz that you want. Just to give you a quick flavor of this, let's make a true or false quiz. So first thing we'll do is add the question. So we just call it just test your knowledge. You can do all the stuff that I showed already about the style, the image, and so on. So we don't need to demo that again. But now, because we're in a true or false quiz, you need to add true or false question types. And we've got 2 I've dropped in already here. So we'll say, what is the capital of Ireland? We'll give 2 answers. And click update. Then we'll edit the second question as well. We'll say, how many days are there in a year? I'm just adding like demo nonsense questions really, just to simply explain how this works and what it does. So we click update. So now at this point we've got some questions, and you can imagine if you had like 20 questions, some people are going to get all of them right, some are going to get none right, some are going to get a proportion of them right. So you have to work out what way you want to group those results, and I'm going to group it with just 2 here. So we'll add 2 results pages. We've got one. This one is going to be for people getting the most answers right. And this is where you would let people connect to Facebook and Twitter to send the quiz or whatever viral. People can get into competitions with their friends, all that kind of stuff. These work really well for local businesses like restaurants and things, where you have the Friday quiz, people filled out, and then they complete some action here at the end to be able to like get a voucher. Maybe you could go and have, you could give them a coupon on the last screen for doing the quiz, and you're getting their email address and so on. So lots and lots of different things you can be doing there. I'm going to just leave it as a basic one here. We click update. We'll close that. So this can be the correct result. Then we clone it just to speed that up and say incorrect. Let's say time to go back to school. So you can have a lot of fun with the copying things in these. I'm just going to leave it basic for the demo here. And what we do then is go and control what answers take people where. So we'll say go to the first one here and click set logic, or sorry, result page mapping, and say, right, for if we want this one to get people in the correct grouping, which answer is correct, so we pick that one. Which one is going to take them to the incorrect grouping, we pick that. We click save. Do the same thing then for the second question, say which one is the correct answer, which one isn't. So 36 is correct, 1200 is wrong. And we save it. Now it's going to take people to the results, so we can go and check out the actual campaign now. I'm going to load it up here. So if someone comes along, they click here, say, right, London's capital of Ireland, which we know is wrong, 1200 we know was wrong. Now I say it tells them time to go back to school. If they do it again, and if they get the right answer this time, it says great, you're super smart. And if they get a mixed answer, it takes an aggregate and it kind of it does them a favor and puts them on the positive grouping. So if there's a kind of a split decision like that, it'll pick the most appropriate one. That's a quick example of a true-false campaign. Now, one last thing to show you now before you can go ahead and pick up your copy of Quizmatic, and that is the different actions people can carry out from the dashboard once they've set up their campaign. We're going to click on campaign settings. It loads it up here. So you can turn off the progress bar, turn it off and on. You can have a leaderboard so people can compete in the quiz to get points. It will show the leaderboard at the end. You can have your own campaign logo. You can set the phone number format. You can have right to left text turned on. You can have the asterisks for required, and you can have your own favicon. Then the navigation settings, you can turn off the ability to go forwards and backwards. You can have arrows, start over button, disable the previous button. You can block people based on their IP. So if you want people only in a particular location to complete the quiz, you can do that here. You can schedule a quiz to only be live before a certain time. Great for competitions. People then get a message if they visit before the time you set or after the time you set. And the user consent settings is like the cookie and all that stuff, but that's where you put that text. But as well as that, it's like terms and conditions and rules if you were doing, for example, a competition. And last one is language settings, where all of this data and languages can be edited to your own language. So that's an overview of Quizmatic. It's the main functions. There's a lot of smaller things and detailed features that would make this video take far too long to show you it all here, but hopefully you get the idea. You can see the power this could have in your business. And basically today we're just asking you not to decide if you want to buy Quizmatic or not. We're asking you to try it out, because when you sign up you have a full money back guarantee. We ask you to try it, put it into action for yourself or for your clients, and see how it does for you. Then if it doesn't meet your expectations, or if it doesn't live up to what we have said, then you can simply let us know and get a no questions, hassle-free refund. So that's it. Thanks for watching and best of luck with your Quizmatic campaigns.